Welcome to Preparing for a Successful Phone Screen with a Recruiter. Our presenter today is Mary Parker. Mary has over 25 years of experience in staffing and recruitment. She is the owner and managing partner of WPS Incorporated. WPS delivers sophisticated analytic search solutions backed by seasoned recruiters, economical pricing, and strong guarantees, producing candidates who bring a clear and competitive advantage to work every day. She is a member of the National Association of Personnel Services, the Society of Human Resource Managers, the American Statistical Association, and the City Club of Chicago. I'm pleased to introduce Mary Parker and Preparing for a Successful Phone Screen with a Recruiter.
Hello, everyone. Let's go over what we will learn today. We're going to learn preparing for a phone screen, best practices for answering questions, what to expect, the common questions, ending the conversation and follow-up, and how candidates are evaluated. Step 1 in preparation is to research the company. Visit the company website, search for and review articles, press releases, and other information on the company. Visit the company's social media sites and see their customer reviews on Glassdoor. Step 2 in preparation is to prepare your discussion points. Tailor your discussion to highlight your previous job experience that matches up with the skills your new position would require. Be prepared for questions the hiring manager may ask, and be especially sure you've crafted a diplomatic response to the obvious query about why you want to leave your current position. Put a positive spin on it. For example, talk about how you want to expand your experience. Step 3 in preparation is to set up your physical space and time allotment for the interview. Allow a minimum of 30 to 40 minutes for the interview. Conduct the interview in a private area with a strong phone signal, and have your resume and your cars in front of you for reference. In step 4, know your strengths. Write down 4 or 5 strengths. Use your cars for this. Include a short 1-paragraph example of an accomplishment using each strength. One should be an individual accomplishment and the other a team accomplishment. Think about process here, the process improvement, how you've turned that over to the bottom line. Everyone today is bottom line focused. In step 5, demonstrate interest. Prepare questions for the interviewer on the position and the company, but no questions about personnel policies at this stage. Now, let's go over best practices for answering those questions. First of all, let the interviewer lead you. Most questions that are posed to you, most answers to those questions, if I can get this right, that are posed to you should be 1 to 2 minutes long. If you talk for more than 3 minutes, the interviewer will lose interest and you will be perceived as boring, long-winded, or too self-centered. If your answer is less than 1 minute, you will be considered superficial, incompetent, or lacking interest. Use the CARS model for this. Challenge, action, result. Tell your unique story. Also, offer specific details as to your method of problem solving. Describe your unique process. Make it compelling and memorable. Remember, keep your answers under 2 minutes. Share enough detail to be clear, but leave room to instigate questions and conversation. Common questions for the phone screen. One would be, what is it about your most recent position that gives you the most satisfaction? What is it about your most recent position that gives you the most dissatisfaction? Describe the key responsibilities of your most recent position. Who are your internal or external customers in your most recent position? Examples would be names of internal departments or industries of external companies. And have you managed staff in your most recent position or previous positions? If so, what are those positions you've managed? And what have you done that has saved income or time for your department or company? Now, this equates to increasing revenue. What was your specific role in this process and who was on your team? More common questions would be describe your best technical skills, I should point out. Describe an instance when you took charge of a tough situation, problem, or project and got it back on track. What was your specific role and who was on your team? Also, tell me about a time you had to work with someone who was less than competent on project details. Also, tell me about a time you knew when you were right, but you still had to follow directions or guidelines. Tell me about the last time you failed at something professionally. What did you learn from this? What have you done that's caused you to stand out amongst your peers? What are your career objectives over the next few years? Now, how to handle questions about salary. Don't initiate salary information, but if you're asked about salary, it's best to say that you are looking for appropriate compensation based on the position and its requirements. Keep all communication very positive, including comments on former employers. Getting to the conclusion of the phone screen. At the end of the interview, tell the interviewer that you are interested in the job. Tell him or her that you would like to know what the next steps are. Ask the interviewer if your accomplishments seem relevant to the performance requirements of the job. A good question to ask the interviewer at this point is, what do you hope your new employee accomplishes the first year of employment? And finally, address 2 to 3 attributes that make you an excellent candidate for this position. After you've concluded, there's a follow-up. Always send a thank you and follow up with any next steps that were recommended during the phone call. There's going to be evaluation after the telephone interview, and this is how you will be evaluated. Candidate evaluation forms may be completed by the interviewer to rank the candidate's overall qualification for the position. A typical numerical rating system may be 5 is exceptional, 4 is above average, 3 is average, 2 is satisfactory, and 1 being unsatisfactory. Evaluation categories include educational background. Does the candidate have the appropriate educational qualifications or training for this position? Prior work experience. Has the candidate acquired similar skills or qualifications through past work experiences? Technical qualifications and experience. Does the candidate have the technical skills necessary for this position? Verbal communication. How were the candidate's communication skills during this interview? Candidate enthusiasm. How much interest did the candidate show in the position and the company during the interview? Also, knowledge of the company. Did the candidate research the company prior to the interview? Team building and interpersonal skills. Did the candidate demonstrate through their answers good team building and interpersonal skills? Initiative. Did the candidate demonstrate through their answers a high degree of initiative? Time management. Did the candidate demonstrate through their answers good time management skills? Customer service. Did the candidate demonstrate through their answers a high level of customer service skills and abilities? Salary expectations. Were the candidate's salary expectations, were they in the range for the position? Overall impression and recommendation. Final comments and recommendations for proceeding with this candidate. Cognitive. Key competencies include critical thinking, inductive and deductive reasoning. Personality. Key competencies include inquisitiveness, perseverance, and ambiguity tolerance. Now, in conclusion, be prepared for your interview, but also be yourself and relax.